Brian, here we are again.
All right.
Welcome to Sales Mastery.
Love it.
So today we're going to talk about sales opportunity planning, keys to qualifying the sale, and overcoming buyer objections.
Okay.
And as we know, buyers have a lot of objections, right?
They sure do.
What I liked about this little module that we worked on is the fact that there has to be planning as we go after some new business and new opportunities. A lot of times we're just receiving requests for proposals and bids, but are we really then going back to the client and asking them, what else is important to you? What's your objectives here? We have to find out what their objectives. But I was recently at a punch walk down in St. George with a client, big client that wants to do 100 new projects a year. And he says, I'm really happy with the way things have turned out. And I would give you some suggestions. And he was happy to share. I just learned from that we need to figure out not only is price an issue, but schedule
Most definitely.
is key.
Yep.
Right? Tell me why schedule is really a part of a strategy.
Well, as you know, interest rates have gone up.
Right.
So owners want to start the job immediately and get it done quick.
Right.
And on time. They do not like to see the schedule slip, even if it's caused by owner architects issues, because it's costing them.
Right.
So it needs to get done.
So there's planning involved, sales opportunity planning, and there's some key elements to sales planning, getting an opportunity to get the sale or at least to bid on the sale, to engage with a potential client. Have you ever had an experience where how you were communicating with a client or potential buyer, the way you were doing it was not the way they wanted it?
All the time.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't like to hear what you have to say,
Okay.
because it's not what they want to hear. But sometimes it's easier to get it out
Right.
sooner than later.
Right.
Kelly Carter told me, he goes, if you wait till the end, they're going to be even more upset.
It's too late, right?
Yep, too late.
Bear the bad news quickly.
Yep.
Also, doesn't it matter too, we talk about Procore as kind of a selling element.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Procore, if our super's doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're adding stuff in real time.
Yes.
So the owner, everybody involved can look at that stuff, including architect too, and it gives them updated information.
Yeah.
But if we're not staying on top of things, things fall behind.
They do.
They get frustrated.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out what the key elements are that bring value to a client. Next is, what is your strategy to outmaneuver and outmessage the competition? That's something that we need to plan for. The competition being other GCs. How do you outmaneuver? Let me just give you a really simple example. At events, we give out gloves.
Uh-huh.
Big D has an ice cream machine. They roll up a trailer, they pull up, and then they serve ice cream out of it. And I used to be like, oh, I'm super intimidated by that. But gloves, I've done it now for 2 years, 3 years. People love them. You give them a pair of gloves. They have our logo on it. Ice cream doesn't have its logo on it, right?
No.
And it's consumed and it's gone. But these people, they keep them in their office, their workroom, their shop, whatever. And every year they come back and say, oh, I love these gloves. Can I get another pair? And in a way, I think I've outmaneuvered my competition because everybody always says, this is the best giveaway here. And it's permanent, it's long lasting, and it has our name on it.
Okay.
And just like the work we do, it's permanent, long lasting, and has our name on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next is, who are the various buyers and how might their buying criteria differ from person to person? How do you deal with different personalities if the buyers are different within the same organization?
And that's, again, is just adapting to different people.
Okay.
Getting to know them, talking, communicating. And that's something that I think everybody's improving on all the time. It's Some people are gifted with that, and some people have to work really hard at doing that.
So you're not going to give the same menu to everybody.
No, heavens no.
Right?
Everything's got to be adaptable.
You might have specials of the day that cater to their needs.
Yeah, not everybody likes sushi.
Right. What do you need to do for the action steps first, next, and throughout the process to maximize your odds of winning? So action steps. Doesn't that require a plan?
Yeah.
What's your first thing? What's your next thing? What's the next after that? If we're letting an opportunity dictate us, we kind of have to take an opportunity and treat it like it's unique, and then devise a plan for it, and then the steps that go with that plan. And that may be different than another opportunity. And we know some of the big developers around here we work with. Some of them are very much alike, and some are completely different.
Yes.
Personalities are different. The way they operate is different. We learned yesterday that there's actually a worksheet that we can fill out where we can put down things about a particular client and the job that will help us steer our conversations.
And I was pretty impressed with that worksheet. I'm excited to give it a shot to see how I could use that to better communicate with the owners and understand the project better.
I like the way you said better communicate better with the owners and then understand the project, because not all projects are alike.
No,
and
they're
this
not.
helps you see it in black and white.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a little bit more time to fill it out, but it doesn't have to be exactly perfect.
No.
It's really your worksheet with some guidelines.
And I'm not going to fill out the whole entire thing. I'm going to use pieces of it, you know.
And as Gary told us yesterday, we can add it to Builder. So it's right there. It doesn't have to be something you have to worry about losing.
Nope.
Or spilling coffee on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, finally is, how much energy, effort, and time should you put into one opportunity versus another? Because sometimes we do spend a lot of time on an opportunity and then realize maybe we should have done some digging first to realize that maybe this wasn't necessarily even going to happen. So we can do the minimum or the maximum. And I think it all is based on really seeing things more analytical and less emotional. But do we have in our business developers that are always sending us opportunities, but nothing ever happens? Sometimes we have serial developers, though, that want us to shoot them a number and nothing ever happens. And so I think there are occasions when we have to determine if we really want to go down that road with somebody.
Yep.
And then there's other opportunities where we're like, well, let's buckle up and take a ride and see what we can do with them. Well, it's been a pleasure today, Brian, as always.